You are now tuned into Diving Within B, the podcast where we dive into everything. Me.
What is the deal, guys? This is your boy Bruce, back again with another podcast. Man, it's been a very, very, very long time. It's been like 3 months, I think, maybe 4 months. But life has been great, honestly. Like, it really has. Just like I didn't really think about what I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I wasn't making a podcast because for whatever reason, my MacBook was tripping out. So every time I went to record, every time I would go into the voice record app that I use, when I hit the record button, it would start, but it wouldn't actually be recording anything, and it wouldn't really start, I guess. So it was kind of weird. So that was frustrating me for a lot of months. But I just figured out I just had to play around with my inputs, change some settings around, and now things are working properly again. So we are officially back. I'm about to keep putting these out like crazy because we fell behind a bit. But yeah, life has been going great in my world. It's about the end of summer now, so things are starting to get a little bit busy again at my job. But outside of work, my personal life has been going great. Dread journey is going great. Hair is getting really long, so I'm loving that. I actually just started going to the gym with my mom about a month or two ago now. So, because we had started working out a few months ago, we were staying consistent because we would always start, then we'd stop. So we started working out at home, with the stuff we had. And we have a nice amount of workout gear here, equipment. It's nothing heavy duty, but, like the dumbbells and the cowbell and the ab wheel, things like that. So we're staying consistent enough to the point where, like, we might as well try to take this to the next level and see if we can go further with it. And we got a gym membership at Planet Fitness, so we're there every other day of the week, and we be killing it there. I'll be drinking protein shakes now, so those are pretty cool too. Cause I learned that, like, I don't really want to get like bigger per se, but I just want to like gain more muscle. So like, I'm flexing on y'all, but no, like, it's like, I don't know. I guess my metabolism is like stupid fast, so just me working out alone wouldn't be enough, I guess, for me to just tone up. I don't know. So I want to basically just look more cut without having to flex, if that makes sense. So I feel like the protein will help me with that a lot, because I definitely need some type of supplements. I've been taking biotin vitamins and super collagen powder also to help with my hair growth. It helps with your skin and helps with your nails. I don't really care about my skin or nails, but my nails have been growing like crazy, bro. I've been cutting these things like all the time. So the vitamins are definitely doing what they're supposed to. But yeah. Other than that, my car had went down a few months ago, like around the summertime. So my summer that was supposed to be filled with plans and nonstop adventures and things like that kind of got put to a halt. I had a real bad leak in my gas tank, so unfortunately it could drive and I could drive it around just fine, but like it was in a limp mode, so like it almost felt like I'd be driving it in slow motion, which isn't safe, of course. So my mom and my dad, they would basically take me back and forth from work every day. And then it was like a month passed, and then I think another month passed, and then I got a little mad, so I'm like, okay, at this point, like, what are we doing? Like, are we gonna work on my car? Are we gonna try to get a new car? Etc. Because it's like my dad, he's really good with the car, so I usually look up to him for my next move or advice and things of that nature. But it ended up working out. About 2 weeks ago, we went to a car dealership, and The guy ran my credit and he said, I can see that you've been building your credit for the last 2 years. So, we can get you into what you want basically. And I wanted a SUV because, hold on. Camera stop recording. I wanted a SUV because it's like driving in the city of Detroit. We have a lot of potholes and road bumps and speed humps. So those really destroy your car over time. And I'm not saying they don't destroy SUVs either, but having an SUV that sits a lot higher, you can go over those a lot smoother and easier without much of a fear in your brain that, that you're destroying your vehicle every time you go over one of those. So it's definitely interesting. So I'm very happy. Got my first vehicle on my own basically. And it's a great feeling, man. It really is. Because having to depend on anybody, I feel like is the worst feeling ever. And I feel like me being an adult and like, growing into the man that I am, it's like I really don't want to have to depend on anybody because I'm still alone with at the end of the day. So it's like I don't really like relying on people. Like it almost makes me feel like my pride is on the line or something like that. Like I know it's just internal things, but I don't like the feeling of that. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm rolling on my own. So on that note, definitely gonna get back to all the crafts and hobbies because a lot of that got put on pause, which was okay though because I felt like over these last few months I've really found myself and I've really had the time to spend with myself because literally most of the summer I was just in the house if I wasn't at work because I wasn't really going to ask people to pick me up so we could hang out, things like that. So I feel like it forced me to spend more time with myself even though I didn't necessarily want to, but it was almost like all I had to do. So I feel like it was really good though. Like I'm a lot more confident, I say now. I know the things that I like. I know the things that I don't like, and I feel like I stand firm for the things that I believe in, and I feel like that's all that matters in the end. Like really just knowing who you are as a person and your values and what you believe in, and what you fight for and work hard towards every day. So I feel like that definitely put me on track this year and helped me kind of get my insight back of my goals and my journey and things like that. So yeah, that was really good for me, bro. It really was. I know, like, of course, last year and this year too still have been very difficult for most people in the world, and there's so much shifts in energy happening around us. I feel like it's easy to fall into the energy of going like downwards, I'd say, or like not even downwards, but like it's easy to fall into the negative energy and the negative things that are going on around us because a lot of people argue there's more negative things happening right now in the world than there are positive. But of course, we don't really know that 'cause it's not like we're God and we can kind of see everything that's going on. I would like to believe or think that there's more good things going on in the world than bad, but right now the media is just so clouded and filled with, let's say, politics or like let's say this virus, like, so it's kind of like creating that illusion that the world's on fire. But it's like if you kind of tune that out or only consume a tiny piece of that content just to stay up to date, but you turn that off and just go into the world and see things for yourself, you will realize things aren't as bad as they're portrayed to be. And seeing that stuff constantly kind of puts you in a mindset, a sad mindset or a depressed mindset or like, anxiety filled mindset where you're scared about everything in the world and you almost just want to stay in. But life goes on and we gotta always rise above like all the obstacles that are thrown at us and continue to do us and carve out the best versions of ourselves each and every single day. Man, it's really been a minute because I'm trying to think about all this other stuff that's happened. So a part of the journey of me finding myself, I kind of discovered some things about myself that I wanted to change. And one of those was being that I feel like, okay, at this point, I've been doing my photography for about 5 or 6 years. It's been a minute now. So it was almost like an identity crisis to where I felt like people, how can I say it? I felt like people will only associate me with photography. Like, okay, let's say if I don't know you, right? It's like, I guess when I meet up with a lot of my friends, they're like, "Hey, I know you. Like, you're Bruce the photographer, or uh, you're that one guy that took those pictures at that one event." Like, it's almost like a lot of people know me, and I'm not saying that in a bragging way or anything like that because I don't really care. But a lot of people know me, and they know me as that photographer, as the photographer, and it's cool. It's an honor, but at the same time, it's kind of awkward too because I kind of want people to see me as Bruce, and other things, if that makes sense. So I realized though, and it's kind of funny, there's definitely always been different parts that make me who I am, but the photography was one of the biggest parts. And it's like, for myself, that was kind of difficult to realize because it was like, I realized this year, I kind of realized that last year, and I said it too, like, I found which parts of photography that I enjoy and which parts that I don't. And it's like, of course, the most popular parts of photography I say are like the portraits, and that's not really what I'm into that much. So it's just kind of awkward, like transitioning from the guy who used to do all the portrait shoots all the time and get contacted and hit up for that, to trying to just find myself and take a break from that stuff. And people still hit you up and contact you about that, and you kind of just got to let them know, like, hey, that's not really me anymore. And it's not that it put a damper on my love for photography, because I'll be doing that to my last day on this planet. Like, I love it, but I just have to take a break from it. I feel like, for myself, to discover all the other things that make me me. And if you take that away, there's still a lot of Bruce that's left inside of that. um so yeah, I think that was really good for me to go through and discover and things like that. Yeah. So now I feel like I'm at another fresh point in the year where seasons are changing. Got my new ride, got my new wheels. You know, got to pay on that now, so I have to be a little bit more smart with the decisions I make financially and things of that nature. But I know I'll be fine. Um, I guess just really transitioning into an adult, like that's the main thing. It's like, you don't just wake up one day and you're an adult. Like, age may say that, 18 may be the point of time where you're considered to be a legal adult in your country or whatever. 21, you can drink, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like mentally that comes at a different time for everybody. And I feel like since society is set up the way it is, people think that they have to have all their eggs in one basket by the time they make it to 18 or 21 and things like that, which isn't really the case. But things do change, I feel like, to a certain extent, and you do take on more responsibilities. But I think it's been fun, honestly. Like, I've been getting different bills. I've been having different credit cards, building that up, things like that. And I could see how I can get overwhelming or intimidating, but at the same time, it's exciting too, because it's like, I'm really adulting. Like, I'm really doing this big boy stuff. So it's exciting for sure, man. But, whoever listens to this, I feel like, just keep in mind, no matter what point you are in life right now, you could be a kid, you could be a teenager, you could be a young adult, you could be an adult, you could be old. It's like, don't bash yourself for where you are in life. It's like there's no one way to go through life and do things correctly or incorrectly, you know? Like, I feel like we all find our callings or find our life's purpose at different points, and some earlier than others, some later than others. But you can't be mad at yourself for not finding it, because you can't just make it appear, you know? It's something that you have to plant and kind of let grow over time. And I don't know. You basically just gotta let it. Appear on its own in a way, you know. Because I feel like everything happens for a reason, and it's like in the end, I think everything will be okay, you know. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to these last few months, honestly. Like I said, definitely gonna keep these podcasts coming again, because I know I have a lot of friends who like, dang man, like where the podcast been at, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know, I'm working on it, you know. Been running around work all the time, tired. So I'm like, look, when I get home, I just go to sleep, pass out, wake up the next day, do it all over again. But you know, that's just an excuse. There's plenty of time in between where I can sit down and record these. So yep, stay consistent with this. Make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channels. It should be The Life of B, The Life of B, and then we have Adventures with B, and that's Adventures with B. Both of which I'm gonna be posting videos on a lot more. It was kind of messed up, and I don't really like to talk to a lot of people about it, but I lost my video editing software of choice, I should say. I used to use Final Cut Pro, and I used the version of it that I did not acquire in the proper means, and that's all I'll say. So eventually I updated the MacBook, and that got taken away from me, and I've been using that for years to make all my videos. So to get Final Cut Pro back, I have to spend $300, which is, it's not that much, I guess, because I heard back in the day Final Cut used to be a few $1,000s, so I guess that's a huge difference. But I know it's an investment in myself, so I have to buy that back eventually. But I say that to say, for now, I've been trying out iMovie again, and I actually have been discovering that a lot of the stuff that I did on Final Cut can easily be done on iMovie. I just literally have to figure it out. So, like I said, I'm going to get back to making the videos with whatever editing software I have, and keep those coming to you guys. I just made my first hair journey video on the Life of B channel. And a lot of people are liking that. So I said if enough people were into it, I keep that going, keep making hair videos, hair care videos, things like that. And yeah, hopefully on that channel, I could really get the vlogs going again, where I'm just spending time with my friends and family. Because if I'm being honest, during this whole pandemic, I can definitely say the time spent with my friends and family has gone down a lot, for obvious reasons, of course. But you know, I feel like we're at a point now in this pandemic where I don't know if I say things are stabilizing, but I don't know. I guess things are slowly getting better, I'd say. So now it's at the point where, you know, I can start seeing my friends a little bit more often or more regularly. I can start spending time with my family more. You know, I can travel around and see all of these people more. So we'll definitely get those vlogs back going again for you guys, because I definitely need to. Definitely get the adventures going back on Adventures of B, or Adventures with B. I actually have a few ideas for what the next episodes will be like in the series, so I'm actually really excited about those. Just got to figure out the logistics of it. But yeah, so just stay tuned, man, for real. We got a lot of cool stuff coming for you guys. Definitely need to post some more shoots and photos on the photography page on Instagram. I do have some things baking. It's just, my thing is that the timing and dates of when you release your content, like that's the biggest thing for me, because I have so much content in these hard drives or in my storage, but I feel like timing is key. So I always try to release something or upload something when it's right. But yeah, thanks for catching up with me on this episode, guys. I know it's been a while. Hope everything's going well in your world, and I will catch you guys next time. It's Bruce, and I'm out. See ya.